Have you ever felt like no matter how quiet the world is around you, your own mind just won't stop screaming? That's exactly how Ethan felt. He lived in a small village surrounded by soft hills and golden fields. To anyone else, the place looked peaceful, birds gliding low, time itself moving slower. But inside Ethan, peace was nowhere to be found. He was only 24, yet he carried the weight of a man twice his age. Every morning, he woke with a storm raging inside his chest. Thoughts crashed into one another, regrets from the past pulling him back, fears of the future dragging him forward. Even in silence, his mind shouted louder than the world outside. He tried everything. He walked under the stars, begging the night sky to calm him. He played music, hoping melodies would drown the noise. He sat in temples, forcing himself to be still. But nothing worked. One day, a friend whispered about a man who lived deep in the mountains. A former psychologist who had abandoned city life years ago. People said he now lived in silence, helping others not with lectures or books but with something far more powerful, presence. Ethan didn't wait another day. At dawn, he packed a small bag and set off. The journey was long and punishing. Rocky trails cut his feet, narrow paths tested his strength, and by the time he reached the mountain hut, his legs trembled. But in his heart, a flicker of hope still burned. The hut was simple, wooden, worn by the years. Outside, an old man sat cross-legged on a mat, eyes closed, radiating a calm Ethan had never witnessed before. For a moment, Ethan froze. What could he possibly say? As if he'd been waiting, the old man slowly opened his eyes. Ethan's words rushed out in desperation. I can't take this anymore. My mind won't stop. I regret the past. I fear the future. I can't sleep. I'm exhausted. Please tell me how to find peace. The old man listened quietly. Then, without a word, he stood, walked inside his hut, and returned with a glass of water filled to the very edge. He placed it gently in Ethan's hands and said, "Walk through the village to the end, and come back. But be careful, don't spill even a single drop. If one drop falls, you must start again." Ethan frowned in confusion. This was the answer? A glass of water? But he obeyed. He gripped the glass tightly and began walking. The village was alive, children laughing, women talking, cows strolling lazily down the road. But Ethan saw none of it. Every step was careful. Every breath was controlled. His whole being focused only on keeping the water from spilling. When he returned, his arms ached, but the water was still full. The old man smiled, took the glass, and asked, "Tell me, Ethan, what did you see along the way?" Ethan shook his head. Nothing. I was so focused on the water, I didn't notice anything else. The old man's eyes softened. And that, my boy, is the secret. Your mind is loud because you keep feeding it, chasing every thought, regret, and fear. But when you focus all your awareness on one simple thing, the noise fades away. Ethan stood frozen. It wasn't magic. It wasn't some secret ritual. It was presence. For the first time in his life, he understood peace doesn't come from running away from thoughts. It comes from choosing where to place your attention. Tears welled in his eyes as he whispered, "All this time, I tried to escape my mind. But I just needed to focus it." The old man nodded. Peace is not the absence of thoughts. It is the power to choose what you give your attention to. That day, Ethan walked back a different man. The noise of the world hadn't disappeared, but something inside him had shifted. For the first time, his storm had calmed, not because it was gone, but because he had finally learned how to stop listening to it. And dear friend, that's the truth we often forget. When the mind feels like a storm, don't try to force silence. Don't try to run. Peace doesn't come from escape, it comes from focus. Focus on a single breath. Focus on one step. Focus on what's right in front of you. And you'll be amazed at how quiet life can become.